Hello, welcome to today's immigration tidbit. Well, there's no reason to wait. If you have married and there's qualification, you should do the I-130 right away. The issue, though, depending where your spouse is if that person qualifies to adjust status. If the person's inside the United States and qualifies to adjust status, then you should concurrently file the adjustment application and the I-130. However, I would need to know if that person qualifies, if there are any inadmissibility issues, if they even qualify to adjust status, if they've been out of status, how did they enter the country. I would need to also look at the bona fides of the marriage to determine if there's a reasonable chance immigration will believe the marriage was for love and not to get the green card. If your spouse is outside the United States, of course, then you would do consulate processing, and the I-130 is the only thing that can initially be filed, and then that would be ultimately transferred to the National Visa Center, which you would then be able to file the next packet, and then from there, once that was all approved, it would go to the U.S. consulate or U.S. embassy, wherever your spouse happens to be. So there are those issues, and then also as the U.S. spouse, I would need to make sure you didn't commit any crimes which would mandate that a Walsh waiver be filed, because those are the hardest waivers to get approved of any of the waivers under immigration law. So the only question I have here is I'm wondering why you're asking this, because sometimes people will come here, for example, on a B2 visitor visa, but they don't really come to visit, they come to marry, and they'll just turn right back around and get married. And then the person will say, well, how long do I wait to file the I-130 so that it doesn't seem like, my spouse came here for the purpose of marrying me? And that's not going to change anything. It's really the time of the marriage. So if your spouse came here on a visitor visa and married you within 90 days, that is presumed to be fraud, and there are all kinds of issues that are going to happen in that case. Okay?